Hey guys, welcome back to MMA Library. Today in MMA and UFC news, Sean O'Malley suggests that Conor McGregor has hinted he's used some kind of performance-enhancing substance to heal his leg.
He's looking like the Liver King.
Well, he was saying, it sounded like he was saying USADA said he could be on certain medications to heal the bone, certain steroids or something. Is kind of what I was getting at. I don't really look into it, and I probably should, but I think that's what I was looking at when he said, like, everything was talked about.
He might have been
before.
prescribed steroids.
Some kind. I mean, that's a nasty. His leg broke in half. So I wonder if that's what he was talking about. But he definitely looking a little extra saucy.
Oh,
dude, like watching him when he fought at 45, compared to just looking at him walking around now is insane.
there's no way he makes 55 ever again.
Yeah.
You think?
No.
Well, I wonder if he gets off whatever he is on, if he is on anything, if he'll lose some of that and shrink back down. But
Yeah, it's hard to say. I want to see him come back. The fact that we're living in the Conor era, I mean, it's kind of over, but he's still there. We're gonna look back and be like, that dude was a legend.
TJ Dillashaw has notified the UFC of his retirement. UFC officials state that TJ's manager informed them of this decision earlier this week. Dillashaw is due to have shoulder surgery that would have kept him out for up to a year, so he decided that this was the perfect time to retire. Cody Garbrandt had the following message for Dillashaw: "Can't compete like a real man, had you fooled for years." Daniel Cormier and Ryan Clark were joined by Mark Ramundi and had this to say about Dillashaw's retirement on the most recent episode of the DC and RC show.
Mark, talk to me about what your initial reaction was to the news of one of the greatest bantamweight fighters of all time suddenly retiring like that. I spoke to TJ a little bit ago after the fight about the shoulder injury, but I had no idea that the retirement was looming.
Yeah, it was definitely a surprise, guys. I don't think anyone expected that TJ would actually take the step to retire from the sport. We all knew that he was going to be out for quite a while with that left shoulder injury. It kept popping out right in that fight against Aljamain Sterling at UFC 280. But I spoke to TJ Dillashaw's agent, Tiki Gosen, last night. And what he told me is that the shoulder injury is pretty severe. TJ had surgery a few weeks ago, but he actually may need another surgery. And that is kind of one of the things that is playing into the decision to step away from the UFC, focus on healing that shoulder up, maybe need another surgery down the line, focus on family. Of course, he's got a young family at home, and, maybe we see TJ Dillashaw down the road, but as far as right now, he is officially retired from the UFC.
In a recent interview with the Schmo, Jared Gordon says he's faced tougher opponents than Paddy Pimblett and that he will easily smash Paddy this weekend at UFC 282. Here's the clip.
I believe the level of competition that I have fought surpasses the competition that Paddy has fought. I fought Diego Pereira, I fought Charles, Joaquim Silva, Grant Dawson, Joe Selecki. I fought some other good strikers, Grant and Joe being, black belt studs. So I believe that the level of competition I faced is far superior than what he's faced. But like I said, I'm not looking past him, and I'm just ready to go do what I do best, man.
How do you envision getting your hand raised Saturday evening T-Mobile Arena amongst the thousands and thousands of people watching live and on the TV screen?
I'm going to break him. I'm going to drown him. I'm going to bring him to a place that he's never felt or been before. On camera, if you watch me, I look beatable, and, I have lost before. So I could see how someone would watch film and think, all right, this isn't an easy fight. I'm not throwing the most flashy moves, but what I do is very effective. And when you're in there with me, it feels completely different.
Michael Bisping speaks about the pressures facing Darren Till as he returns this weekend at UFC 282.
Darren's taking some time off, okay, and he's coming back this weekend, UFC 282, big fight card, end of the year, a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure for all the fights, but for Darren, a lot of pressure, and he knows this. He's taking on Dricus du Plessis. Dricus du Plessis is a tough goddamn guy. Dricus du Plessis is not the type of guy you take lightly, and Darren hasn't done that, okay? He knows the knockout power that he has. He knows he can wrestle a little bit, and he knows he's got a great record. Du Plessis coming into this one, 17-2, 7 knockouts, 9 submissions. 9 submissions, so that tells you he's good on the floor. He's a good grappler, and he's going to try and do what he can probably to take Darren down. So let's talk about the fight, because Darren needs to win this. He needs to win this, and he's done everything he can. He's gone out and trained with Brendan Loughnane. Brendan Loughnane just won the PFL tournament last week or the week before. They've been training out in Thailand now for the last 3 months. Such a great place to be for Darren.
Conor McGregor has responded to Joe Rogan following Rogan's various comments on his alleged PED use. Conor also went at Tony Ferguson after Tony took some shots at McGregor for his recent comments. Israel Adesanya posted a clip of himself enjoying a holiday in Tahiti. Here's the footage. In a recent interview, Glover Teixeira shuts down rumors of a potential fight between Alex Pereira and Khamzat Chimaev. Teixeira said, "The fight is all talk. I usually don't get into talk that doesn't make any sense. But to light heavyweight, this guy says he accepted it. I remember Alex calling Jorge and saying, 'Hey Jorge, let's fight in Brazil.' I said, 'What are you doing? You fight in Brazil? Your legs hurt. You kick so much, your shins are hurt. You haven't recovered. Just chill out for a while.' And he's like, 'Yeah, but this guy's talking. I'll fight him at 205. I don't want to cut the weight.' I said, 'Yeah, you can't cut the weight. Alex has a very strong mind. Eventually, yes, he's much too big, and eventually that weight cut is going to stress him out and he's going to talk about 205. When we started doing wrestling workouts with him, he started getting muscles, massive. He's got at least 10 to 15 pounds of muscles before he started doing wrestling. Before, he used to do the kickboxing, running, kickboxing, so it was more like cardio. Now he's got to do all these weights, sprawl, all these crazy things, and he's getting bigger and bigger." Paddy Pimblett spoke about becoming a superstar in a recent interview with ESPN.
Do you feel like, I know you do, you feel like a superstar coming into Vegas on a week like this, last pay-per-view of the year?
Yeah, of course. I know I'm a superstar anyway, you know what I mean? Without being big-headed, I know the person selling the pay-per-views is on this card, and I think everyone else does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, in terms of, this does have a title fight on it. It does have some, you know, some guys who have been around for a while, some guys who have had some great stories in the UFC, but how much is this UFC about Paddy Pimblett, this UFC 282, do you think?
It is, it's all about me, you know what I mean? I'm the main man. Like, I really respect Jared, I really like Jared, but he should be thanking me. Simple as that. He wouldn't have sniffed the main card without me, never mind the co-main event slot.
Mm-hmm. When do you think you reached the status of superstar? When did that happen for you?
Don't know. Couldn't tell you. I've always thought I was a superstar. I've always known I was going to be a superstar. So for me, it's nothing new. This is just standard procedure.
How would you define it? What makes someone a superstar?
Don't know. I'm just the main man, lad.
Yeah.
I'm the one that everyone wants the interviews with. I'm the one that everyone wants the pictures with and to come and see. And it's just a fact. I am the main man now, lad. And people who want to dispute it can, but they know they're wrong now.
Dustin Poirier was admitted to the hospital a few days ago with a staph infection. It was announced that he wasn't responding to antibiotics, and yesterday his infection was getting worse. Poirier uploaded the following clip to social media showing a fairly swollen and inflamed foot.
Heel.
Poirier then posted a story to Instagram saying that he would have to stay in the hospital for at least another day until his condition gets better. Even in his horrible condition, Poirier calls out Nate Diaz following a comment made by Diaz earlier in the day. Nate Diaz commented on a face-off between Poirier and Conor McGregor, tweeting, "You both get knocked out all the time." To which Poirier replied and called out Nate to come back for just one more fight. Guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. If you like the content we do here on this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to MMA Library for all the latest MMA and UFC news. We'll see you in the next video.